So this was our first shirt that we had, which was Parker here. And I want to say I did this in like 5 different colors. What's good, everybody? It's Kenny Scoops with 3 Scoops, and welcome back to the 3rd episode of our new segment called The Inside Scoop. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out episodes number 1 and 2, make sure you guys go back and check those out. But in today's episode, we're going to be learning 2 things. So number 1, we're going to learn how did we get started with 3 Scoops Fashion House. And number 2, we're going to learn what was our first run of shirts. So let's go ahead and focus on number 1 right now. And that is, how do we get started with 3 Scoops Fashion House? So it actually started at High Point University. We were a entrepreneurship major, and we were tasked our senior year to come up with our own business. So it was, a class project, nothing too serious, but, after coming up with the name, the logo, presenting the class, creating a website, creating samples, all of that stuff kind of came in. It was the most fun and enjoyable thing that we did in college outside of playing Division I soccer. So that's kind of what sparked the idea, what got us going. We always knew, obviously, being an entrepreneurship major, that we wanted to go in with the idea of creating and owning our own business one day. But little did we know it was going to happen so soon, and we just kind of stuck with it and ran with it. So that was the very beginning, the very start. And now we can get into number 2, which is, what was our first run of shirts? So back then, for those of you guys that have been with us for a while, you probably remember our very first logo, which was the Parker logo. And I actually still have one of the shirts on me here. Let's go ahead and see this one here. So this was our first shirt that we had, which was Parker here. And I want to say I did this in like 5 different colors. I think we had a white, a red, this blue, a green, and maybe a black. I'm not too sure. It's been such a long time, like 10 years now. But this was the first shirt, and how we came about with this is my homie Shane. You can see the ice cream tray, which we still have, with the scoops in it, and then it says 3 Scoops Clothing under there. I know it's probably a little bit small font, so you can't see that. But this was the first idea that we had, in which we actually packaged up. We found a local screen printer in High Point, somebody that can print those shirts for us. We also shopped online, and we found, I think the very first place that we actually got our shirts from was shirtsupplier.com. Obviously, these days, there's so many different blank providers that you can find online with way better quality than what we had back then. So we worked with what we had. Obviously, we were just bootstrapping. We probably ordered like the cheapest shirts that we can get, so we can sell them for, I think, $20 was the first price, and it probably cost us about $11 to make the shirts at that time. But we really were just doing this for the class, and then obviously push them out to people on campus and things like that. So I remember like very, very vividly, got a fresh order of box of shirts in, walking down into like the student center, coming down the stairs, had this huge box, laid them out on the student center table, and then we start selling them there. Some people may still remember that first run of shirts too that we sold in the Slane student center. But yeah, that's the 2 things for this video here. One, to keep it nice and short for you guys. Next thing that you guys should expect in the following video for this is we're going to get into a little bit more education based on the industry and some things that you guys can kind of take advantage of if you're looking to do your own clothing and wholesaling or manufacturing from there. So we're going to go over the pros and cons of purchasing blanks and embellishing them. We've done that, as you can see, in our very first run of shirts. Now we do a lot of cut and sew, but we're going to give you guys the top 3 pros for going ahead and purchasing blanks and then embellishing them as well. So as always, we appreciate y'all time. Y'all be safe out here.